All right. Wait, I got this one. All right. He used to be wet, but now he's dried up. He is an extreme.
Oh god.
Get it? He was a stream, but now he's dried up. He's an extreme.
That was so bad. I don't have words for how bad.
Well, you know what? Finn swims in the stream. Fishes that have
oGs-TL pin.
Oh my god.
yes. I blew Kaldor's mind. I win.
Oh god.
This is National Pun Day, of course.
Yeah.
National Extreme Pun Day.
It has to be National Pun Day. I mean,
I don't know. All right. You know, it would be great if there was a stream running through the park.
Don't overdo it.
GG's surname Park Jisoo. Anyway, all right.
You did enough damage already.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll stop making puns for at least a couple minutes.
I have no idea what I was about to say. My mind is completely empty now. You just rebooted my brain.
All right. Well, while your brain is starting up again, I'm gonna go ahead and actually it's not loading here, so I can't tell you who 4GG lost to the other day. You know what happened to me the other day, by the way? I was in the middle of a game, and Windows Update decided that was the time that it needed to install updates, and it rebooted my computer in the middle of the game, shut down everything. Right in the middle of the game. It didn't. It just shut all the programs down and rebooted for no reason without asking me.
Did you at least just win?
What?
Did you at least just win the game?
I got kicked out of the game.
Yeah, but when it happened at that point in time, did you just win the game?
No,
Were you winning?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I don't remember. I don't remember if I was winning or not. I just remember being like, what the? No!
Okay,
anyway.
so, guys, let's get back to the game at hand. We have both players scouting their opponent's main base. Both are able to get into the base and have exactly the information that they need. ZeNEX Extreme did really well against two Terran players so far. He took down the STC and was able to defeat Nada as well. Now he's up against OGS Finn, and we have for him the scouting information that there is one refinery that Finn is taking gas. We have the command center for the Terran player from Team OGS, and on Metropolis, starting at the left side, is our Protoss, who is now chrono boosting his gateways, getting a second gateway and a third, not expanding just now.
By the way, Lenok was the other player who beat Finn in Code S. That's what I was trying to think of. And yeah, interesting thing about the matchup again, Finn, his last two matches have been against MC, which he lost, and against Huck in the ESV Weekly, which he lost. So not doing too well against Protoss right now.
What's pretty interesting to note in the game, sorry for just cutting you off a little bit, we have two Marauders and we have one Reaper, so he apparently tries to get a little bit aggressive, and it detects the warp-in pilot for Extreme, and Concussive Shell is done. What is Extreme doing? This is extremely dumb. He is now losing the first of his Stalkers, and wow, this was really... He could have killed it. He could have killed the Stalker as well. The pilot is dead and gone. That 3-gate attack, he might have been able to shut it down already. That one Stalker is surviving for no reason whatsoever. Finn could have just killed the Stalker. His original plan surely was to get into the main base of his opponent with a Reaper, maybe even pick off the Sentry and then start to attack up that ramp. But we have ZeNEX Extreme with a 3-gate expansion now, and not with any kind of early expansion attempt. So let's see how OGS Finn is doing in this game from now on. Regards to the resources lost, Finn lost a couple more resources than his opponent, because his Reaper was killed as well, 450 against 375. And we have a probe and an SCV count of 28 to 24.
Yep. And so we do see Finn just basically powering up. He's got these 2 command centers. He's got 3 barracks. He's now got the factory up.
And he has 2 bunkers because
he's really scared.
He went back with the orbital command into his main base and built 2 bunkers because, as he already said, he is kind of scared. He knows that something was coming. He saw the warp in pylon and he saw the units of his opponent, so he assumes that there is one big attack by ZeNEX Extreme, but Extreme he just kicked back into macro mode and is now building probes. He's on 30 already and is just taking it easy for now.
Yes, indeed, and yeah, it's kind of like
double forge already, so this time
nice.
he's mixing the strategy a bit, going for the double forge, playing really gateway heavy up to now, and interesting. There's the scan, he wants to know what's up, and he sees the double forge, so he knows, okay, well...
Does he see the expansion?
He scouted it earlier, yes.
Oh, okay, never mind. There you go. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, kind of like in a tug-of-war, sometimes it helps to let go of the rope for just a second because then they get off balance. It's kind of like a back and forth where you push and you pull and you push and you pull. He went for the aggressive attack, forced Finn to kind of be defensive and then expanded off of it. And so now, as a result, we actually have Extreme getting ahead in economy.
And he's not
getting that expansion up a lot earlier.
In economy, he's now getting the Twilight Council, so he can start with +2/+2 as soon as the first upgrades are done, while Finn doesn't even have an engineering bay.
Wow. That's...
He's sacrificing tech on the other hand, so we are not seeing anything like... well, he obviously has the Twilight Council, but he's not going for a robo. But
that's true, he won't have a lot of tech units.
He will have a huge advantage when it comes down to upgrades.
That's right. A little bit of a drop going around the top, by the way, for Finn. Try and do some damage. I don't think it's going to be too effective. A lot of Extreme's units are in his... Well, they were in his base already. Actually, maybe it might do some damage after all. We'll see.
Getting blinked.
Oh, no, he does have those stalkers in the back. So, yeah, this is not going to do any damage.
Ghost Academy on its way. Oh, stalkers. And killing that one medivac. Picking off Marines and Marauders, losing 1, 2 stalkers, maybe a third one. Oh, close.
And in the meantime, just kind of prodding around the middle of the map, taking out that pylon, clearing up the watchtowers.
And Moldra +2/+2 is being researched, while, well, Finn at least has the first ghost being built, but he doesn't have a single upgrade for his Bioforce.
Wow. And yeah, 2-2 on the way for the Protoss. There's gonna be a time when the Protoss has 2-2 and the Terran has 0-0 at the very least. Even if he gets his 2 E-bays down like just in the moment.
He has 1 E-bay already, but he's not researching it.
Oh, he does have it, okay. He's just not researching it. Oh, of course he has some turrets around. Huh. Well, he has the Ghost Academy at least. He's gonna have to hope for some epic EMPs if he's gonna come out ahead.
Started the +1 attack upgrade just now. More and more gateways being added for Extreme, and once again the Twilight Council. He really likes his Templars.
Yep, Blink is just about to finish. Charge initiating immediately upon its finish. That's going to be really good. He's going to have such a strong army. He's going to have 2-2 charge lots with Blink Stalkers. It's going to be absolutely disgusting. And Templar to follow after that as well. Still 2 base on 2 base now, though.
If he is trying to go for if he's going for a good timing, Finn will have a lot at his hands. This is a lot to deal with. +2/+2 will be done in seconds.
Oh, the scan goes off. He sees the army. He sees that ball of sentries as a big, juicy target for those ghosts. He goes in, gets a couple EMPs off. Most of the sentries get EMP'd, but the force fields go up first, trapping a ton of units in front. They get obliterated and slaughtered. The rest of Finn's army is kiting backward, trying to do some damage.
No chance. Blink is done. He can't just blink ahead. Charge is not done just yet, but +2/+2 is, and he's blinking, taking down another medivac. Still 109 supply for OGS. Finn trying to chase down the remainders of ZeNEX Extreme's army. He has to wait for the next swap in. He has high Templars. Or does he? No, he does not. Already melted into an Archon. And the +3/+3 upgrades are being wow, this is insane. +1 is just done now for OGS Finn and +3/+3 on its way. Wow.
And critically, even though he was able to not... So Finn didn't lose everything in that battle. He was able to get out. He was able to do some damage. But he EMP'd the sentries after they'd already gotten their force fields off. And he didn't kill any of them. So they're still there. They're still recharging energy. They all have a force field each by now as well. So he's still going to be able to control the pace of the battle with force fields in the next one.
Both players lost exactly 3,300 resources so far.
That's kind of weird.
Storm is being researched. As I said, +3/+3 for the Protoss is halfway done now. And if ZeNEX Stream is attacking with a +3 upgrades done and Storm...
Oh yeah, he's just gonna rock him, I think.
Unless Finn places those some really amazing EMPs.
Yeah, he's just gonna need hero EMPs, or else he will be finished.
Both players are now going for the third base.
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, both players getting those thirds, but again, ZeNEX Stream can really just take that third much more safely. Finn he's got a planetary there because he knows it's in danger. He knows he's on the disadvantage here.
He should Chrono Boost his upgrades again. He doesn't.
They're still going to finish long before 2-1 finishes for Finn.
Oh yes, you're perfectly right.
Again, Extreme, he likes to just do those prodding storms. The storms that not in the middle of a battle, but just kind of poking in, casting a side storm, doing some damage, wasting some medevac energy, and then falling back.
Guys, we have a supply lead for Finn, but +3 armor is done, and +3 attack follows. Here's the Guardian Shield. He's going in, first force field followed by a storm. Nice feedback, the EMP does the...
Oh! He walks right through a huge storm.
The EMP.
What?
The EMP. Did you see the EMP?
Didn't you see the storm on his army?
That EMP hit everything. Every single Templar.
Oh, wow. I actually was focused on the storm that he was just walking through. But anyway, so both players trading blows with the spells here. But now Finn is on the move here because without any energy or shields on those units, Finn definitely actually has a little bit of an advantage here. Yes. But there's some more Templar in the back. If he can get a couple good storms off, it'll easily change things around. Oh, he picks off some of the sentries.
That was a nice storm, but he really needs to do some damage now, and he doesn't have enough Templar with energy. He has 5 Templar in total. He has a couple of storms left, but still, the upgrade advantage of Extreme will slowly but steadily be negated as Finn is now completing +2 attack. He's still on +1 armor though.
Wow, I guess Finn just having a larger army there. Only by about 15-20 supply at the time of that attack. And those EMPs really turn things around.
We already have 2 Vikings and building a third one as the Robotics Bay goes down. way ahead of his time.
Yeah,
he's losing too many units to those small encounters. The Archon is about to die.
Oh! Nice storm, but he's fallen back away from it. Here's the thing is...
Oh, a drop in the main base is going on. It's a small one though. Well, not really. Double Medivacs. Here we go.
Medivacs didn't have quite enough energy to die to those feedbacks. And these units are going to do some damage, but a huge engagement in the middle. No, he actually just storms his own zealots a little bit and backs off.
It's like Finn is actually living 2 or 3 seconds ahead of Extreme. Yeah. Every time there's a storm, he's just dodging it in a beautiful fashion. As soon as the storm goes down, the army of our Terran player from Team OGS isn't there anymore.
Yeah, and look at this. He's actually running his whole army away from those 2 ghosts. Oh! Ghosts die. The Vikings actually running.
Finally a good storm.
Oh, that was an epic storm, actually. Most of those units are in the red. Finn needs to be very careful. One more storm will polish off his entire army. There's one storm there. It hits, but he dodges out of it barely, only losing about a third of them. And Finn is on the run, but trying to do what damage he can while he runs.
But that's not a lot as the upgrades kick in, and ZeNEX Extreme is doing extremely well against the Marauder army. Most of them are already halfway dead. The rest of the unit gets killed, and this might be the momentum that ZeNEX Extreme needs to take down OGS Finn, but he's retreating again.
He's retreating.
He has a huge lead when it comes down to his army size, but slowly and steadily Finn is negating the upgrade advantage, but now Extreme ahead in supply as well. Whoa, third base under pressure.
Warping in some Zealots there, although there's Planetary, and he's just attacking the Planetary, not the SCV, so not the most effective encounter here, but he's going to use that to lead in his main attack. The Ghosts are in the back, snipes off that Templar. Can he get an EMP? Oh, a Storm on all the Ghosts! All the Ghosts are so close to death! Another Storm kills off 2 of the Ghosts! Only one of those Ghosts has energy right now, but again, only 1 or 2 Storms in those Templar also. This is getting really scrappy, but slowly and steadily, ZeNEX Extreme is pulling ahead with 4 bases. So only 3 of Finn's.
And more supply, 30 supply ahead as well. It's all about positioning right now. And he's going for the plant. He wants to kill that third. Is he able to do it? The SCVs are trying to repair. At the same time, the Planetary falls. It's dead, it's down. And here comes the Terran army.
But he's trapped the entire Protoss army down there. And there's one more Storm left. He storms the 3 units instead of the 40 and wastes it. And now his entire army gets obliterated. And
well, he already has
he still has a new army, but a big win trapping that army for Finn. He's still behind though. He's basically at 1 base to 2 mining. 1 base to 3 mining, sorry.
Exactly. So all that Finn can do right now is attack. He needs to get aggressive now. He can't wait to build the command center that he's throwing down at his 3rd base right now. He needs to attack, and ZeNEX Extreme, he is on the verge of taking down another Terran player.
Wow.
And that's exactly the scenario that I talked about earlier. It would have been way safer to just throw in a Zerg player, and then he could, if the Zerg player would have been defeated, they could have used another Terran from their roster, but now they have to make an impossible choice. Do they use another Terran player or a Zerg? But the game is not over just yet.
No, not at all. Finn is actually pushing back here, taking some good hits against ZeNEX Extreme's army, but again, Finn is just not feeling comfortable enough to counterattack fully.
And the income is insane right now. We have ZeNEX Extreme on 3 times the mineral income of his opponent and is nearly doubling the gas income. He has all the aces in his hand right now.
I think Finn needs to, this is the time where you need to float your main somewhere. I mean, he is really strapped for cash. He needs to get 2 bases mining. He's rebuilding the 3rd in the top right, but I'd love to see him, you know, drop and kill that creep tumor and take the island or something like that.
Just doesn't have the time. ZeNEX Extreme is now starting to push again, and he is 40 supply ahead. He's researching shield upgrades. He has Colossals getting extended thermal lens, and look at how many Zealots he has. He has 32 of them.
It's interesting. I keep talking.
5th base is coming up.
I keep talking about how ZeNEX Extreme kind of cast these Psystorms down that don't really hit much, but that one hit something. That's for sure. He's kind of using, like the tactical nuke earlier, where he uses it to get position instead of to actually do damage, where he's kind of casting the storm like in the path, saying like, okay, you can't chase me right now, you know? So that's a really interesting tactic there. I'm not sure if that's intentional or if he's just missing, but got Colossus out now.
3 of them.
And if we recall, OGS Finn had 7 or 8 Vikings, which he flew just on bad rally into the enemy before, so he doesn't have any Vikings right now.
And ladies and gentlemen, Storms in addition to Colossi just don't mix with Bio.
No, not at all.
Finn is not playing bad, but he is so far behind. He's playing with 1 mining base, well, let's make that 1.5, against the 3.5 mining bases. That is just way too much. His harvester count is down to 37 SCVs against 65 probes, and we have all those upgrades for Extreme. He finished +1 shields, he's going for +2, and is attacking once again. Happy to trade armies with his opponent.
Yep, now Finn does come out ahead though. Unfortunately, the Zealots were not there, and everything is in retreat. He's got one more storm there.
And he needs it.
Oh, wow. Finn just charging through the storm. There's no energy left after that one. He could polish off all the Colossi, but the Zealots will not have that happen without a fight, and they're pushing back the deep red Marauders after taking multiple storms.
Finn saw a chance to end this game, get the momentum going. The Colossus, they die at least all of them except for one, but this looked really scary for Extreme for just a second, but now he's back to 150 supply against 110.
That was kind of scrappy, using 2 Psy Storms to kill the 2 Vikings to save the one of the 2 Colossi.
Both of them lost 25,000 resources in this game. They are tied in resources lost, but Extreme just has more at his disposal. He's running away once again, and Finn, wow, he just clings onto this game. He doesn't want to give way. He wants to take this win for OGS. But ZeNEX Extreme charging in again with the Zealots blinking, with the Stalkers taking down Medivac after Medivac, and they are the key unit right now. A nice stutter step by Finn, but what does it accomplish in the end?
Yeah, no more Medivacs means that those deep orange and red and yellow Marauders are not going to be healed up again. He's out of storms though, so he has to retreat again.
+2 shields is about to be done. We have more Colossi being built. 25 Zealots, and look at the army. Look at the army of Finn.
Oh no!
It's so far down in the red. Another storm, and he is in a beautiful position. He can just storm behind him, using the Archon morph in order to delay his opponent a bit. The Archon dies, but that 4th base that OGS Finn is trying to establish will not survive to see the light of day.
I think that was his natural that he floated over. GG! ZeNEX Extreme overcoming 3 Terrans in a row from the team OGS, and ZeNEX Extreme, the complete unknown, has made a name for himself today.
And what do you do now when you're OGS? This is exactly the problem that I've been talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Do you use another player because you just realize that he is really good against Terran, or do you use Supernova now?
I don't know. Yeah, and I mean, it has to be someone that can take out not just ZeNEX Extreme, but another player after that of unknown race. So, I don't know. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the point. It's 4-3, ladies and gentlemen. ZeNEX is leading against OGS. We have a lead for the underdog, and look at the team. Old generations. They are really bummed out. They're like, what just happened?
Yeah, they are shocked. I am shocked.
They're like, who is this guy?
Seriously. Wow. ZeNEX Extreme is apparently extremely good. He is showing some really, really solid play. Now, I do want to throw it out there that, you know, he showed some holes in his play. He made some mistakes. A couple times in the last 3 games, I've noticed that he, like, hasn't been mining gas at his 3rd. He does stuff like, you know, throwing storms away. He storms his own zealots. Little stuff like that that, you know, could be taken advantage of. So he's not, he hasn't shown perfect play that's unbeatable. It hasn't been flawless. So whoever they throw out against him is definitely going to have a strong chance if they do not make mistakes, and if they take advantage of those mistakes that ZeNEX Extreme makes. For instance, again, Finn, like you said, he's making Vikings before the robotic support bay is even finished. What did he do? He A-moved them towards his opponent's base, and they died to Stalkers without firing a single shot before there were even Colossi in the game. So he lost 6 or 7 Vikings before the Colossi were out, and then when the Colossi came out, guess what he had? Nothing to deal with it. So if someone can come out and not make those same mistakes, ZeNEX Stream is definitely beatable. That's what I'm getting at here. But you're right. Who do they throw out next? Do they throw out Supernova? Do they go with Zenio? So they can throw a Zerg in there. Does Zenio have the staying power to beat Extreme and then someone else?
The problem with Zenio is that lately he played really bad against Terran. He lost against most Terran players, not only against like really well. He lost, for example, against MMA. He lost against Cass, and
it's not his strongest matchup.
He lost also to Gumio. It's not his strongest matchup. If he would be able to overcome the threat of of Extreme, which is kind of like because he's good against Protoss, if ZeNEX uses a Terran player. Who's left? Which Terran is left for them?
Do they have one left?
Sparta and
Cutter. I don't know. We're going to find out what the wisdom of OGS the Wind has decided.
Doesn't look like it's going to be Zenio.
It is going to be Supernova.
A 4th Terran. It's Supernova. It's their ace up the sleeve. Supernova, the player that they were saving for quite a while now.
Supernova is one of the most underrated strong Terran players that there are.
I would have expected him earlier, to be honest.
Yeah. All right, I think we're going to take a quick break here, is what the music is telling me. And we're going to come back for what could be the final match, the final game of this session. Maybe we're not going to break just yet. Sorry about that. Anyway, here is Supernova. He's getting his stuff warmed up, getting his gear going, putting his headphones on. He is one of the most underrated Terrans. I remember in his Code S group, people rated him 3%. The fans rated him 3% to get out of his group. Guess what he did? He 2-0'd that sucker. He dominated his group. He has been really winning a lot of stuff lately. He did really well in WCG Korea. He's been doing well in Code A and then Code S. And people just kind of ignore him because he's not a superstar when he's really this incredibly, like, almost on the down low. You know, I'm like hipster caster here. I'm like, I thought Supernova was good before he was famous, you know? But he has been playing really well. He's had a couple points where he hasn't played perfectly, and so maybe that's why people are kind of not giving him as much credit. Anyway, we're going to see if he can pull it out against the Terran killer of ZeNEX Stream after a quick break. Do not go anywhere. You will not want to miss it. It's going to be awesome. Possibly ZeNEX Stream's greatest opponent yet. Will he be able to take him out, or will Supernova be able to tie up the series and bring it to an ace match? We're going to find out just a few here at the GSL.